Marugame specifically has been a bucket list race for a while, mostly because of people that have come here and run really fast in the past. Bare minimum would be a personal best, so my first sub 61, get a PB that starts with 60 minutes. You know, if it's 60:59, that'd be fine. It would be a trip worthwhile. And if I can run like a great day, I think I have a shot at the Canadian record, which is 60:17, set by Cam Levins in 2023. Nikumoru udon, omori onegai shimasu. There we go.
Sorry, that's the octopus, this is the shrimp.
This is shrimp?
Yeah.
And that's octopus. This looks good.
Are you like
Okay. I'm in Marugame eating udon. Apparently this is the thing to do. So dinner's so nice I had to eat it twice. Second bowl of udon. This is yuzu udon. The first one was some beef udon. So now I'm just mixing it up, getting a little extra carbs in.
Which one do you prefer?
Well, let me give you a first bite test here. Beef. Yeah, I think beef. This is good. It's simple. Good carbs. There's not that many half marathons in the world that are like set up to run fast and to compete. For guys at my level, there's a lot of like European ones that are fast for like East Africans, where if you want to run 57, 58, 59, it's like perfect for them. But I feel like it's really hard to find a race that's kind of like one notch below that. I've done the Houston half 3 times, and that one's kind of like the closest thing. And this one just feels like just a slight bump up in the depth of the field, and the winning times are more consistently sub 60 here than they are in Houston. And I've done Houston 3 times, so I was like, oh, let's do something different. This is around the same timeline, and also I like Japan, so. Who will win? They don't have a picture of me up there. What the heck? You know all these athletes that are on this?
university student?
Shinohara?
Yes.
Yeah, right there.
He's over here. So, yeah, it's all by feel. Yeah. In Flagstaff, obviously, because it's higher altitude and on dirt roads and hilly routes, it varies quite a bit. But here, I run a little quicker because it's sea level and flat. So, yeah.
So all your workouts, you adjust.
For altitude.
When you come down, you always adjust and go faster.
Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to know what shape you're in, because I do a lot of my stuff at altitude. We can drop to like 1,000 meters above sea level, and like that's where I test my fitness the most, to run race pace. So I did a couple sessions before this to kind of down at lower altitude to kind of confirm that I was fit enough to give it a good rip. So yeah. Yeah, so these are the Deviate Nitro 3s. This is kind of like the hybrid trainer that Puma makes. It's like a long run shoe with a modified plate. It's not a carbon fiber plate, but it's like something a little bit less rigid. So it's really good for easy running or fast-ish running. So when I come to a trip and I want a shoe that can do everything, I worked out in this shoe on Thursday morning when I got here. Yeah.
So you bring this and your race shoes with you?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. So.
So you're doing 8K today, and we are Saturday. On Friday, yesterday what did you do?
I did 12K in the morning and 7K in the afternoon. Yeah, so split run, just 2 medium length runs, and then one medium, 1 short, and then today is just 1 easy short run with some drills and strides after to kind of just freshen up the legs and get some turnover. And then yeah, tomorrow's just 1 by 21K all out.
And Thursday, what workout do you usually do on the
I
race?
did like a 3K tempo and then some 200s, just turning on things, just super light. I did a bigger session on Monday before I left for Japan. Oh yeah, it's always more pressure when you're chasing a time, because it's black and white, success, failure. Like when you're racing like a non-fast course, like success can be very indefinable, whereas for this race, like success is black and white. It's like, did I run fast? Yes, then it was a successful day. If I didn't, then it's like we have to reflect on it and see like, why didn't I run fast? What was the cause? And have to start going back to the drawing board. So things are much easier if you just check, yes, run fast. So I ran the New York City Marathon November 3rd. So I guess this race will be like pretty much exactly 3 months later. And I did pretty much 2 to 3 weeks down, and then like 9-ish weeks building to this. So I've had like 8 really strong weeks with a little taper coming into this. My last 6 to 8 weeks have all been like 160 to 180K-ish. So with you know, really consistent speed work, with a 3K race in there a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I feel like I'm ready for it. I would have loved like another month, just because you always want more time to get ready, but I think I'm ready. Workout's been going well. So. The thing that's very interesting and intriguing about Japanese road running, specifically marathon, half marathon, is the depth. You come to a race like this, and I could, if I have a great day, beat most of them, but probably not all of them, because there's going to be 20 to 30 guys at my level competing with me, maybe ahead of me, who knows. And you know, if I was in North America, there wouldn't be 20 to 30 North Americans ahead of me in any race. So that's just the sheer depth of Japanese distance running. I think last year, 2024, when I ran 2:08, I was the 2nd fastest Canadian ever and top 10 all time in North America. And I would have been the 25th fastest Japanese man just last year. So the depth is like undeniable, and so that's really intriguing. And then also just like the culture of running being like a big deal, like a race like this and like Hakone EKIDEN and the New Year EKIDEN are all like national like races, like people care all over the country, and it's kind of like the sport takes on a bigger meaning here. So I think that's really intriguing. Then they also have like, you know, a really strong culture of like hard work and, you know, success over like hard work and efforts over time. So I think that's really cool. All right, I am in Tokyo. Reason for this trip here is not my usual reason for traveling around the world. I am in Tokyo to watch a race. It's not to participate in one, not to do anything for a brand. I'm here strictly as a spectator. I was invited by a friend that lives out here to go watch the Hakone EKIDEN, which is the biggest race in all of Japan. It's on New Year's Day, so I'm here. It's December 31st, and I'm gonna go for a big workout here in the city. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. This is fun. I don't usually get to travel without the pressure of racing, so this will be good. Check out my little Tokyo flat here. Have to, you know, very small. If you aren't familiar with what an EKIDEN is, I don't blame you. It's not a thing in North America. It's not a thing really anywhere else in the world, but it is basically a relay race like in track. You know how we have the 4x1, 4x4, DMR. In Japan, they run road relay races, and it's a little bit like a mixture between track relay races and cross country. They run, you know, long distance events on the road and pass a sash from one athlete to another, and it's, you know, first team to cross the line wins. It's a pretty epic event. I've heard amazing things. I've watched a couple clips in the past, and this is something that I've always wanted to do. I've actually, fun fact, I have competed in an EKIDEN during COVID when there was no races happening. The Brooks Hansons in Michigan put on an EKIDEN in Detroit where they invited all the pro teams to come out and compete in an EKIDEN. So I have done an EKIDEN, and now we'll go watch one. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. I love Japan. Very fascinated with Japanese running culture. If you don't know, Japan is one of the strongest long distance countries in the world. You may not see them winning medals in the 1500 or the 5K, but when it comes to marathon, my event, they have depth that is basically unmatched in any country in the world outside of Africa. Last year, or this year I guess, is still 2024 as we speak, they had 10 men go under 207. For reference, 10 men ran sub 207. In 2024, the US had one guy do that, my former training partner and good friend Bia Simbasa, and Canada had 0. I ran 208 and was the second fastest Canadian of all time. If I was Japanese, I would have been like the 25th fastest Japanese runner of 2024. So these guys know what they're doing when it comes to long distance road running, and it's a pretty cool thing, and I'm just looking here to come here to soak up that culture, maybe learn a thing or two and have some fun. Yeah, it was really cool. I was in person for both Hakone and New Year EKIDEN, and I think it was just like really cool to see the turnout and like the excitement and the broadcast being like just like super world class. Like you would never get that level of broadcast in a North American race with like all the statistics on screen and everything, just like showing you everything you want. Lead cars following like second place, third place, fourth place. It's just like the production. There's no stone left unturned. So yeah, I thought it was really remarkable in that way. When I was watching Hakone, it was apparent to me like how deep into the well and hard they're willing to go. Like the splits that they were running were just remarkable. Like a bunch of college-aged kids running the equivalent of a 60-minute half marathon, basically solo, just running down the streets, just ripping by themselves. And yeah, a lot of those guys will be here this weekend competing against me. So I'm very curious to see what it looks like in person, especially since I just watched the EKIDEN in person. I think it would be really cool to mix it up with the top guys in that and see them out there on the course and see what it's all about.
Okay, so you do the bicarb before the race?
I'm still like wishy-washy for half marathon, but I do it for shorter races. Like I did a 3K 2 weeks ago, I did it for that. I've tried it in training, and I want to do it for the race, but I'm nervous. I'm a little bit nervous. So I had done it for a couple other shorter races. I've done it for like a 8K road race once. I did it for a 10K road race once, a mile track race, 3K track race, 10K track race. I've done it for a couple things like that, but I haven't done it yet for anything longer than 10K. And that was like, I've been testing it in training, and I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but kind of will wake up, see how I feel, because it can be hard on the stomach. So it's like it's really just it depends on if like I feel like my stomach can handle it. So after this race, I'm actually gonna run a half marathon next week as well.
Oh really? Okay.
But it's more of a training one. It's very small. It's just back near where I live in Mesa, Arizona. But yeah, I'll do like 10 really marathon specific weeks leading into Boston after this. Hopefully highest volume of my life and healthy and strong build. I'm probably the only athlete wearing this Puma kit. There's a few college kids that might be wearing the shoes, but
yeah, the guys we saw, I guess they have to wear the
just tuck in and ride the train, so there's going to be a lot of guys, from what I understand, going out in like 60-minute pace, just under 60-minute pace, and we'll see what they actually do. But if they're running 60-minute pace, I'm just going to tuck in and just see how long I can make it, and hopefully make it all the way to the end and run a really, really fast half marathon. Small PB. So I was pretty happy with the way I rallied, but it was really hard early. I went out pretty fast and hit a tough patch pretty early, but then a group of guys running a pretty good pace caught me, and I tucked in for a little bit, kind of got my strength back, and then was able to close really well. So I was really happy with that, and then yeah, I'm just stoked to get a PB. You know, like makes it feel like the trip was worthwhile. Long ways to travel. You don't want to ever waste a trip like this and an opportunity like this, so I'm just glad that I was able to get a little bit of a personal best and a good experience, and you know, get through a tough patch in a race and still come out the other side with a personal best.
What would you do differently if you could start again today?
Probably go out slower.
Okay.
I think I just needed to settle earlier. It felt okay because the course is easy the first 5K, but I could tell we were running really fast, and yeah, I think I don't know, like I wanted to see, so I took the risk, and then I had to kind of pay for it for a little bit, and then I was able to get it back, so yeah.
And you're happy with the shoes that you wore today?
Yeah,
for the rain?
I brought two different pairs, one for if it was raining, one for if it wasn't. I just like the way these feel in some wetter conditions, so yeah, ended up with the DV8 Elite 3, fresh pair, felt good, stoked, yeah.
You wouldn't have preferred to wear the other ones?
No, I think this was the right choice for the day. Felt great. My legs felt great. I felt really smooth out there. Only thing that bothered me was a side stitch for about 2K, 3K from like 7K to 10K or 8K to 11K. But other than that, things felt pretty good. I'm gonna run the Mesa Half Marathon next week. It's a little bit, a lot smaller of a race, so it should be just a small, low-key like workout type thing to get me ready and transitioned into a marathon block. And then we'll see how things go for the next few weeks before I decide whether or not to race again before the Boston Marathon.